Frank Melloni here with Renaissance Firearms Instruction. We just finished up our 2-hour basic rifle course. We're on set right now at the range. Live fire going on right behind us. Anybody know how old the gun is, the concept of the gun? You're right, yeah, 1400s. Late 1400s, somebody realized that, hey, we stick this new gunpowder stuff, not really new, it's got 1,000 years old then. Stick this new gunpowder stuff in a pipe and get it to shoot something. If it has a spring in it, it's a magazine. So there's two parts of the gun, two places ammunition can go. Magazine is where ammunition is stored and fed from. The chamber is where ammunition is fired from. So ammunition can only be stored in the magazine and only be fired from the chamber. So what's the interaction? How are those two related? What's the link between the two? The link between the two is called the action. The action is the moving parts of the firearm. More specifically, the moving parts of the firearm that move ammunition from the magazine into the chamber, barring mechanical malfunction. Whenever an action closes, it's going to take a round of ammunition with it and put it into the chamber. So anytime you see an action close, be on alert that, hey, this is probably chambering around. Very important. Okay. Whenever an action opens, anything in the chamber, as long as it's not jammed, will eject. And what I'm doing here is moving the manual bolt action of this rifle. Okay. This is a manual action, which means in between each trigger pull, there has to be some kind of human interaction to get the next round into the chamber. So the way we would operate this gun is we would, once we put our magazine in, close the action, lock it down, squeeze the trigger, it would fire. Then we have to manually operate this action each time. You really can't 100% certain to be sure it's unloaded. Okay. Good rule of thumb, and the reason I bring that up, any gun you pick up, you never have any assumption that it's unloaded. Even after you check it, you'll assume it's loaded. You never want to enter the idea, the mindset of, I can do this with a loaded gun, I can do this with an unloaded gun. If you make it, I treat all guns as if they were loaded, safety becomes very easy. Because now you only have half the criteria, remember. And no matter what, you're covered. Alrighty. So, lever action gun. Magazine is right here. There's a little cutout for the cartridge. You notice the bullet is up and the ring is down. We just go ahead and put our cartridges in line. When I load this gun, and any gun that I can do it with, I keep the action open. It's a safety-related thing. When I open the action up, this is our bolt. The bolt is located to the rear. The firing pin is housed inside of the bolt. The firing pin is what makes everything go bang. So if there was a round of ammunition in here jammed inside the chamber of the barrel, that would be all the way here. The firing pin would be retracted all the way back here. So it makes it physically impossible for it to fire. Okay. The reason I address this more diligently with a lever action rifle is because when I put a magazine tube in, I have to work close to the muzzle. You notice that while I put this tube in, the tube is facing me and no part of my hand goes over the muzzle. Safe firearm handling is very, very easy as long as you can remember to keep it simple. Rule number one, the gun can't shoot what it doesn't point at. So we simply always make sure our muzzle is pointed in a safe direction at all times. That's very easy when we're shooting. Our target's in a safe direction and we can hit it. A lot of people have a breakdown of this crucial safety rule when they're trying to take a magazine out of a gun, or if we keep our finger up here alongside the stock, outside of the trigger guard, when we transport a gun and we're aiming the gun and getting ourselves on the target, the likelihood of an accidental discharge is minimized. Rule number three, we don't load a gun until we're absolutely ready to shoot. That means we're sitting down at our shooting stand or up to the firing line. Then and only then do we put a gun or ammunition into the gun. There's an empty magazine here. That's how I transport the gun. I would never transport it loaded. Follow those three rules, anybody can be a safe shooter in just a few minutes. We teach safety as well as fundamentals to be the most accurate